Hey yo, people, Shaxo here once again, and today in this video, as you can see, we're standing in my hideout, but however, that's not the subject of the video. What we are going to be talking about is some papers, some documents, and this is going to be 50 Shades of Boss Rushing, where we do some science, we get some results, we bring you some value, okay, and you'll see why in a moment. So I believe this is a perfect name for what it is, and let's dive into what it is. Like and subscribe. So, in this video, I'm not going to be diving into any one particular specific strategy, but this is more of an overview, what this document is about, what it can offer you, and let's start with the beginning, right? So we have some strategy types. Well, this is like a short name. It's kind of a type, yes, sure. And then this is like a small description, a short description of what it focuses on. Then we have some atlas trees, right? If you want to do some normal maps, not guardian maps, we have stuff for Eater of Worlds, right? You just click on that, boom, there's a link, it opens up a tree, and you have the setup for Eater of Worlds. If you want to do the same setup but on Exile, you click that red link, and boom, you have a Searing Exile setup for that strategy. We have returns from 100 maps. This is the sample size that I decided that I'm okay with, right? Even if stuff that I don't particularly enjoy doing requires some testing, I can tolerate 100 maps, right? We get the results. It's a decent sample size. It's not gonna be hugely, like, amazingly accurate, but I think it's a decent sample size to begin with, and we'll be gathering total returns from the strategy of 100 maps, right? In that strategy, and then we'll see profit per hour, and this is not gonna be completely, basically this will be a variable. It depends on your builds. Some builds are faster, some are slower, some are higher damage, some are lower, so it depends on that, but we have a way to calculate based on your build and what it can do, how quick it can do stuff. I'll show you that in a second, but let's move on to the next thing, which is the separation. We'll have normal maps and guardian maps. Currently, this is just like pretty much shaper guardian maps. This is what I'm focusing on. First time doing this league, and I am completely in love farming shaper guardian maps. But yes, so there's this, right? The segregation of trash is referring to these nodes, right? So we're separating, we're getting rid of all the things that we don't want to see, we don't want to run, we don't want to have any distractions, and we only keep the juice that we want to go for. And this is why it's a fancy name of segregation, right? Like selection, whatever. So yeah, we've done some testing. As you can see, we have a pretty juicy profit per hour here. I was very surprised because I wasn't struggling with money. This was something, well, I was doing a very similar strategy at the beginning when I wasn't tracking and I wasn't struggling with money, right? So now I know why. But yeah, so here, as you can see, we have 3 blue links. These are the 3 tests that I've done so far, and I have some juice for them, but I'll jump into that in a second because I want to cover this page first. So here, if you scroll down, we have some suggestions for wandering path, for a non-wandering path, right? Adding some sextants, what sextants to add, and some comments if there are any. Then we have some for pure boss rush recommended maps, for mixed boss rush recommended maps, for guardian farming. This is what I'm currently doing, right? So shaper guardians with map boss drops an additional shaper guardian map sextant for an infinite game loop, and it feels very nice. You never have to buy maps. If anything, you're well, you have to buy bulk sextants for these shaper guardian maps. But speaking of, right, we have some quality of life for you people. So here, let's say shaper guardian maps, or here, it doesn't matter, but we have links. So here, if you click this one, there's a link to the trade site. It's very nice, you know, it's simple. Yeah, you know how that works probably. But it's quite annoying to buy bulk through this link, right? Through normal trade, because trade. So where do you go for bulk trading? You go to TFT in the Discord. So we just click that link. It takes us to the Discord website thing, right? And then you open in the app, click that, boom, it opens straight into the correct channel where you need to buy these sextants or compasses, and then you control, right, you click on this page, doesn't matter where, but it has to be in this page, control F, So you get a search. You probably don't see that, so let me quickly move, right? You get this search at the top, and you type shaper if you're looking for shaper sextants, and there you go. You have a very chunky bulk seller, another one, right? Very nice, very convenient, very, very cool. Yep, one note, I mean, you can see it, but basically I'm doing the Shaper Guardians with infinite game loop, as I said, gameplay loop. You cannot do that with Elder Guardian maps, and Elder Guardian maps are super slow. There's so much waiting, it's annoying. I've heard from other people that it's good per hour profit, and it's, I guess, but like, oh my god, I tried a few sets and it's a nightmare. There's so much waiting, right, for my build when I can go so fast, and the majority of the time spent is standing waiting for the boss to do the thing, right? So for the Elder to suck out the boss so that he opens the portal, then you go into the portal, you wait, the boss spawns, you wait, you bonk the boss, you wait, it phases, you wait, you bonk the boss, you wait, it has another phase, you wait, bonk the boss, and then you have to wait to get out of the map as well, like, no thank you, right? So technically, it could be good if you have a slower build. It's probably not as bad as my experience, but no thank you. I will not do Elder Guardian testing. That's one thing to note for the future, I guess. But Shaper Guardian, Conqueror maps, those are different. But Conqueror maps are a bit overpriced. It's because it's used in some high-end strategies, and there it's actually good and worth paying a lot. But Shaper Guardian maps, very nice, very good, very crispy. So let's jump into the next thing. So as I was talking about, some hyperlinks here, some blue links. One nice thing we have going on here is you click on this and it takes you to a calculator. All right, it's a calculator where you can change the variables based on, for example, here, the price. So Gilded Scarab Sextant, how much did you pay? 40 chaos, 35 chaos, 30 chaos. More, I mean, more or less, but that doesn't matter. You change the value here. Let's say we paid 30 chaos instead of 40. We went for less bulk or something, or we just had a buyer, seller. Because actually, recently I bought 35 chaos each. So let's do 35 chaos, right? Boom. That's a little bit more profit. It doesn't matter because you don't need many, but, you know, you just change the value for the things that you spend on, how much you spend rolling, the invitations, the maps. I got really unlucky in this instance, and I spent over 400 chaos just rolling some invitations. You have to roll 75 plus quantity and then vol them. So if you get unlucky, and I did, I spent 61 chaos on one singular invitation, and then others also took a lot, whereas in previous testing scenarios, this was not this much, right? But basically, okay, I'm not gonna get into that. You just change the values for the things that you need to change. If you need to change, right, basically how much you invest, it's calculated. Then you have your total sets, how many you're gonna be doing, or how many you've already completed. Then here you put in the time of the map in seconds. So Phoenix on average takes me 1.1 minute, well, 1 minute and 11 seconds. So that's 71 seconds. I put in values for every map. Chimera, as you can see, takes quite a lot longer because of the phases. Anyway, then there's the invitation, 24 seconds. All of it is converted. The time and hideout, Papega timer, as I like to call it, right? Everything is here. You just adjust this to your build's capabilities, to your speed capabilities. And this is actually why movement speed is very important, because 10% increased movement speed, I like to think about it as 10% increased profit per hour. It's not quite, but it is. So if I would add, I don't know, 10 seconds here, as you can see, I lost almost, well, yeah, 0.5 of a divine per hour. So speed is very important. This is why it's good to play a fast character for these kind of strategies. But yeah, this is the idea. We're tracking the total profit, right? This is returns, subtracting the investment. This is actual profit, okay? This is actual profit. And then it's converted into divines. We have the total time combined, calculated, and profit per hour. And this is updated live. If you change something there, it will be changed here as well. Very cool, right? Okay, things to note, a warning, a disclaimer, not a warning. These are not inflated numbers, okay? Like, these are my build numbers, and I'm playing Rage Brand. It's quite min-max at this point, and it's pretty fast, pretty good, pretty damn good. But I am not including so many things like fractured items, right? I've gotten so many items with tier 1 mods, and then I spent a few essences upgrading them, and multiple divines profit there. I've dropped decent shaper items. I've dropped cortex maps. I'm not including any of that, right? I'm not including, for example, we did a metamorph test. I'm not including any metamorph parts, which I'm missing out on 3 divines, right? I had a full all taps full, basically 50 of all parts. I didn't sell them yet because you have to sell them on TFT. I didn't do that yet. But that's just one person, right? One trade, technically. Well, multiple trades, but one person. Pretty simple to do that. Right, so I'm not including any divines that we drop from Sanctum. Also, speaking of divines, I'm not including divines if I feel like I'm dropping too many. In one test, we dropped 8 divines in 100 maps. I felt that that was too lucky, so I was taking out every other divine. I had 4 in the end instead of 8. These are numbers that are not true because it's better. It's just better. The prices are not bulk as well. Like, it's just better, okay? It's just better than that. And of course, if you're using a slower build, it's gonna be lower. It's gonna be lower, but it's still gonna be really good because it is good, right? And it, like, it's just good. Anyway, so all of these strategies, I'm not saying that this is the best, although it does look like it's the best. There's a lot of subjective things here. For example, pure boss rushing, right? The purest boss rushing, where you're ignoring everything and you're just going for the boss kill. I feel like it's a bit boring, right? So adding all of these like non-wandering path strategies where you have essences, you have ghosts with science and dropping like explosions of scarabs, and you have improved offerings where it's just like, it's printing money, right? It's something different to do. There's variability, there's some, it's improved gameplay. Also, I'm not saying that Wandering Path is bad. I'm not saying that just going for the pure boss rush is bad. I am going to be doing some testing, so we'll see. This document is going to be evolving as time goes on, right? If we think of more strategy options, we're going to be adding them here. So if you have some suggestions, some recommendations, some ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments. Join my Discord, come on Twitch, say hi, say your ideas, tell me, let's talk about it. I'm always open to improve stuff. So yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the idea. I think this is huge value. I think this is useful not only for you, but also for me. It's easy to keep track of these atlas trees and update them and everything. So we can focus on this not only for like this one particular league, but we can expand this and make it into a thing where it's just a resource for people that want to indulge in boss rushing, right? I think it's gonna be great. Stay awesome and catch you in the next one. And as always, stay awesome. Yeah.